So you can begin whenever you're ready.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm here to present about Dr. Neo Cortex Designs, a man who became gay and hot as hell. You might be asking, who? Dr. Neo Cortex. He's the main villain of the Crash Bandicoot series that originated on the PlayStation. His full name is Neo Periwinkle Cortex. He was born in a family of traveling circus clowns who bullied him for his advanced knowledge of science at a young age. He was originally voiced by Brandon O'Brien in the first game in 1996, then portrayed by Clancy Brown, who you might know as Mr. Krabs. I don't know what else, I don't remember. Which he did it from 1997 to 2003. And then Clancy Brown got replaced by Lex Lang in 2004 to present day. Like, it might be a little confused a bit. Okay, I'm not a design expert or anything. I just like Cortex. He's my favorite character. Like, honestly, favorite character. Uh, like, was to come here to talk about it. Rate it maybe. Like, I didn't exactly have a plan for this. So first off, the original concept art, which the original and final design that was used for Cortex was done by Charles Zambilis in 1995. And then from 1995 to go to 1990, Crash Bandicoot, which is a first design is good, but he is like the original mad scientist. Very creepy, very weird. Which is original in-game model. I honestly don't like it very much. You almost can't see the eyes at all, which it's just weird. So I would only give this a 4 out of 10. I'm so sorry. And then Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, 1997. Like, come on. First off, look at his promotional render. He's evil and he knows it. He's gonna take over the world. You're not gonna say anything about that. Like, his in-game model is a little weird, but very charming. How his hair is like reddish brown to like almost a purple, and he finally has like visible eyes, and his voice is very menacing. I wish I could have played a clip of his voice, but I could not figure that out for this. But this is a very nice design, a solid 7 out of 10. And then Crash Bandicoot 3, honestly, the model did not improve very much, but it looks, to me, it looks a little bit better. I love his Coliseum design that only appears for a tiny bit in Tiny's boss fight, and that's it. His in-between world messages are my favorite in the series, and this gets a 7 out of 10 for me. Crash Tag Team Racing that came out in 1999, the same year as I was born, which that's cool. But what is up with the promotional renders making him white? That's kind of gross in me. To me, that's kind of gross. His podium stand model is pretty consistent, like the previous games with Crash 2 and Crash 3. With his kart model is very low poly because of the racetracks needing 8 models at once, so it was a given that it would look quite bad. So this gets a 6 out of 10 for me. Now, Crash Bash, that came out in 2000, like, it was a weird time. Crash wasn't owned by Naughty Dog, and Universal just gave the rights to some other company. The renders made for the game look fine, but the actual in-game model there's no soul in those eyes. He's just dead, and I feel bad for that. Just feel bad for him. It's a 4 out of 10 for me. Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex in 2001. It was the first game that was made for PlayStation 2. He had a very unrefined look to him, with those bushy eyebrows that were honestly, they were the weirdest part about him. When this only gets a 5.5 out of 10 for me. Crash Bandicoot: The Huge Adventure was the first Game Boy Advance game that Crash Bandicoot ever got. And his design is so weird. I don't get why they removed his gloves to where you could see his gross, disgusting fingernails. And he's wearing a tuxedo for some reason. And it's honestly a little weird, but not bad, so this gets a 6 out of 10 for me. Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart in 2003. He's looking quite creepy to me. He has very dark rings around his eyes. His hair, all his hair except the beard, is unkept. And the models in the game, all the models look like they're made out of clay. I wish it's fine in some parts, but a lot of parts it's not. It's 6.5 out of 10 for me. Yeah, Crash to Insanity 2004. Lex Lang finally gave him the most iconic voice that people now recognize him for, being very flamboyant and just very fun in general. Very horny also in this game, which I wish I could have brought up the clip and the fighting scenes that he has with Crash, which honestly you can see in the wedding picture what it is. I would have brought up. Sorry, but like this is honestly one of the best one that everybody absolutely loves. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. Crash Tag Team Racing 2005. Now, it's almost the same model as Crash to Insanity. It's just lower quality with like red gloves and red boots for some reason. I don't know. The one really notable thing in the game was just when Cortex asks you to get him a ninja suit, but he specifically asks you that his ass doesn't look big in it. Which that was like the funniest thing to me. As a kid and even now. 7 out of 10. Oh boy. Crash Boom Bang from 2006. The box art is a fucking scam. It uses the Twin Sanity look for it. And in-game he's actually fucking white. It's so wrong. Like, why? It's a 3 out of 10 for me. I'm absolutely disgusted. Crash of the Titans and Crash Minor Mutant. Both models look pretty much the same. They didn't get that much improved between the games, so I'm counting them as one thing. It's just the other one has a flatter top. Still gay as hell. Like, the one thing I'm really not a fan of is just the hair. It's like you took both sides and just tore them. Also, the DS version says that he's like 5'2", which that means he would be taller than me, and I would never fucking accept that as like canon. It's a 6 out of 10 for me. Skylanders Imagineers, 2016. It's been almost 10 years since Crash was back in public's eye, so the first thing that they did was put him in Spyro. Spyro's Skylanders, I mean. I absolutely love the design. It looks very classic to me. And it's just the whole look of an actual figure is amazing. It makes me really happy to see that again. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. The Insane Trilogy and Crash Nitro Fueled is the perfect recreation of the original design. He's really creepy. He has still still that menacing tone in his voice, even if it's not done by Clancy Brown anymore. Lex Lang always has done an amazing job in these games, so salute him for that. This design gets a 9 out of 10 for me. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, from 2020. Holy fucking shit, I could not actually find the right words to describe how much I fucking love this design. People had complained about this, the rounded top, how he's really dumb in this game. But honestly, do you see this man? How fucking hot he is? Like, seriously, he's gay as hell, he has the perfect hair, that evil smile, like, holy shit. When the first reveals came out, I could not fucking contain how happy I was about this. This design gets an absolute 10 out of 10 for me. And now the last, Crash on the Run from 2021, which this is like the most classic evil scientist look that he has had since the original games. His hair looks nice, even though it looks like he has gray streaks of hair now, which, to be honest, with how Crash is ruining his plans all the time, it's no surprise. And it also reminds me very much of the Skylanders look, as it almost looks like a vinyl figure to me. This is an 8 out of 10 for me. And even though right now, this is the newest game, this is the last thing, you're getting a quick lightning round of some extras that I wanted to mention. Like the Japanese promotional renders that came out with all the original games up to Twinsanity, or so I think. Just a quick thing, he's so small, he's an absolute fucking manlet. His eyes are very Sugoi. It's just looking very silly, I honestly love it. The Paxton McDonald's, I'm not going to say anything. This is just, you see this, and you form your opinions, I don't know. And the last thing, the PlayStation 1 Crash 4 model that was created by my friend on Twitter, Gerbilla NC, which they captured his look perfectly in a low poly PlayStation 1 form. It's just amazing, I'm sorry. Also, Gamer Cortex. I'm sorry. Thank you for your attention. I'm very appreciated. How do I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, Barakuma. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for participating. You can now leave the chat. Everyone in the chat, show Barakuma some love. Let us know what you thought.